the two armies meet at Freeman's farm, which encompasses large fields and clearings surrounded by woods. Continental riflemen get the better of the opening encounter, but arriving elements of Fraser's column push Morgan's men back in turn. The front line develops across the open ground, and both armies begin trading deadly volleys. The British attempt to turn to the bayonet and surge across the field into enemy lines, but accurate fire leads to horrific casualties and the attacks stall. Continental counterattacks are met in the same way as the battle descends into a desperate slugging match. Generals on both sides, including Burgoyne and Arnold, are in the thick of the fighting and personally lead charges into enemy lines, keeping morale high on both sides. By 3 p.m, the British centre is being hard-pressed by New Hampshire and Connecticut troops, but well-coordinated counterattacks with bayonets and artillery check American progress. British cannon on the left are repeatedly captured and then recaptured in desperate melees. Across the front, the fighting is brutal and often at close quarters as units stumble into one another and charge again and again into each other's positions along the woodline. Arnold becomes concerned about a breakthrough as the British push forward on his right, but Gates refuses to commit more regiments, forcing Arnold in desperation to collect any man available in camp, including men on guard duty, and hurl them at the British to once again stabilise the line. Thick musket smoke covers the battlefield, and the sounds of wounded and dying men are only covered by the constant cannon and volley fire. At 5 p.m, the British left column under General Riedesel, comprising mostly of German units, has finally received orders to aid in the centre and arrives just as the sun begins to set on Freeman's farm. They advance onto the field just in time to see the British centre barely fight off another American assault. With the battle hanging in the balance, the Germans immediately attack the exposed Continental flanks. Supported by exhausted British troops who advance with renewed confidence, they finally force the Americans from the field. In the fading light, no pursuit is possible, and both sides begin to lick their wounds.